I know that this vlog is going to be a pretty long vlog. It's over a number of days. Didn't get a whole lot done any particular day to make one video, so I just continued to record. I think we've got some lights, showing some lights from St. Lucie West, an area, part of town that they decorated. Tom had his lighting ceremony, that's on there as well. And then a couple things that I've done around here. So I hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe, follow us. There's more videos to come. I've got some big projects still to do. And we'll hopefully, if I can continue to work on it, we'll be lit up by the 1st. That's my goal, even though it's a very tight deadline since today is already, that's a week from today basically. Today is the 23rd, I think. With Thanksgiving coming up this Thursday, hopefully we'll be able to spend a lot of time getting everything else I needed done. So, hope you enjoy the videos. Okay, well, I kind of got a little sidetracked today. Not necessarily going to help me out too much, but it might help you out. I wanted to start off by saying that if you go to our website at www.agoodlight.com, you'll see a link at the bottom of the page, and I'm going to start putting it more places, but I just put it up, called Song Downloads. And what I'm doing is I've uploaded some of the songs that I have ripped and edited for my show, my display, and I've put them on that page. And you can go on there. I'm trying to link the YouTube video so you can hear the song. And then right below that there's a little link to download the song. It's going to take you to another website called File Dropper or something of that nature. I'm not familiar with that website. I have tested it out. The links work. They do download the file. Everything seems to be legit and working fine. But if you're having any issues with it, let me know. Shoot me an email. Also, I'm going to throw it out there. Don't know how much I can do for you guys, but if you need a particular file edited, or if you have an idea or you're just having a hard time getting the file, send me the information on email at crazychristmascrew@gmail.com. Send me an email with the YouTube video that has the audio in it, that preferably, if you can find the audio or the song or the clip or whatever. And I'll do my best with my software to create that file for you and then put it on the website to share with others. So just send me an email. I'll do my best to get around to getting it done. With, I'm way behind on my lights, so I'm going to try to get everything up, but if I can help you out, I will. I definitely will. If you see any of my videos that you have the audio, any of my songs that are not already posted on that page, let me know too, so I can go ahead and upload that. That'll be easy. Was it 2 years ago, I guess, I did a 2013 music mashup. I didn't create the file, but I did rip the file and I started programming lights to it. I plan on doing that this year. I'm just waiting for the guy, whoever makes it, to come out with one. And once he does, I'll upload that audio file to that site as well, because between the weeks of, or between Christmas and New Year's, I like to have a song that kind of ties up the entire year in pop songs. It's kind of like a music mashup. So if you find anything like that you like, that you want, and you can't do it yourself, send it to me and I'll do my best to get that file up for you. And then you never know, there might be other people that want that as well. So again, email crazychristmascrew@gmail.com, and the web address is www.agoodlight.com. Well, it's 3:30 already. I've got baseball practice or baseball games at, I'm going to be at the field about 5:30, so I've got a couple hours. I'm hoping to get some of the lights done. I'm going to see what I can do about wrapping these trees. I think I've got enough lights separated. I've got to fix some of these red lights to be able to do that, but it shouldn't take too long. And then if I can get the swoops done up and down the strand there, that'll be good too. So let's see what we can get done. Okay, so the first step I'm doing when wrapping these palm trees is I'm taking 2 strands, one red, one white, preferably similar in length. And because I'm not buying all these new at the same time, They're from different manufacturers and everything, so they're a little different, but I'm trying to find as close to I can. I'm taking the female in and I'm zip stripping them together. I'm not going to zip strip them all the way up, but these two, this is going to be basically two separate channels, but they're going to go right next to each other, just like this. And when it comes to the tree, I'm going to be wrapping from the bottom. Female end's going to be at the bottom. It's going to wrap around to the top, and the box is going to be on the back side of the top of the tree. So the trick is going to be to go ahead and attach the female end down to the bottom. See how many wraps and the spacing. The first one will be a little bit tricky, and once I get my spacing configured, then the first one will just basically be the hardest. The rest will kind of go up pretty easy. And I'm thinking the best way to attach this to the tree will be with a staple gun. So I gotta find my staple gun. Well, I just happened to luck out. I went with what I thought looked good in my guess and seemed to work perfectly. So we've got string down there, wrapping around the tree once, 32 inches. The spacing in between each, like from here to here is 32, from there to there is 32, and it winds up that the cords finish right where I wanted it. The box would go right here, and then we'll have to do this 3 more times on this tree. So put 3 more strands in between here, and it'll be a nice full spiral, and all of them will plug into the box right here. It's a possibility that I'll need some short extension cords for the one that ends up in the front to get it around to the back, but we'll see. A bit of advice when it comes to checking your lights. I get electrocuted at least 1 time every year. Now, it's not a big deal, but I actually absolutely hate getting electrocuted, and the reason why is because of broken bulbs, and I just happen to touch it and I absolutely hate it. So not only is it dangerous and uncomfortable, but sometimes there's shards of glass and things like this that you have to be careful with. But in this strand, even though the strand's working, we actually have 3 broken bulbs somehow that I need to replace. All right, and I want to do this safely, and I want to make sure that we take care of this issue. Now, you can always just unplug the strand, which is number 1 always suggestion. Just go ahead and unplug the strand while you work on the bulbs, and then plug them in when you get the bulbs replaced. If for whatever reason you strap your plugs in, or they're in a place where you cannot get to the plug for whatever reason, my bit of advice might sound very simple and obvious. Pull out a bulb right next to the wire, or in that section that the broken bulb is. Now this is completely dead. Now if I were to plug this in and then touch it, I'd get electrocuted, but I pull the plug out, it kills the electricity to this section, and now I can easily do it. So take that little bit of advice, either unplug it, obviously, or pull the bulb out that's next to it. Now be careful when you do that to double check that the bulb you're pulling out is the right bulb, because if for whatever reason, let's give you an example that has happened to me. This bulb is broken, and you can see that this is where the section ends. You got the first 50 lights, the second 50 lights. So if this bulb's broken and you pull out this section, this is actually still hot. So make sure that you know that you're pulling out possibly both on both sides, or that you just double check the strand and make sure which section goes out. So keep that in mind when you're checking and changing your light bulbs when the plug is in a place where you cannot reach. got much more done than the last time you saw me. Check out that tree over there is wrapped completely. I haven't done this tree yet. I literally just got the tower up. Didn't show you, but I'll show you now. This second little tower. It's roughly probably about 15 feet, maybe a little bit more. It's just two sections. Actually, this bottom section is cut off because it was in concrete at one time, so I just cut the legs off, cut the concrete off, and left it in the ground. But I'm not going to put any bolts in it since it's short, and I've got these straps here as the guide wires. Kind of similar to what I did last year, but it's just much smaller. I also did put a screw through the piece of wood to keep the strap from sliding up the pole and loosening up. As you can see, I did not bury it. I actually just stuck it in the ground. It's only in the ground a few inches, but there are little feet on it, so it's not going to slide, and the tower is not going to go anywhere. So my next step would be, and I might have to go to the store to get it, to get some rope. I have this rope that I use for the haunted house that I'll probably use, but I want to bring 8 ropes down, and I'm going to use the wood stakes to stake them in a circle. These stakes are about 8.5 to 9 feet out. I'm probably going to go roughly, let's see, 6 feet. I think it's a good distance out. About 6 feet out. And we're going to do that 8 equal times around. Put the rope on, and then that'll be the frame that I'll hook the wires to. So that's the plan for that. Spent most of the day today still cleaning up the haunted house, and this is what we got. You can see pretty much killed my grass, but I've got everything stacked up off into the corner. Hopefully people will start coming to take it. Put an ad on Craigslist for some free wood. I've already had quite a few people coming, but this wood over here is my firewood. But very impressed with the progress I've gotten done out here. So I'm going to seed this and hopefully get some grass growing back here after a few months. But with this done, hopefully I'll be able to spend more time on Christmas. It is already the 21st, and stereotypically, or traditionally, I would have my lights coming on a week from today. Since today is Friday, usually have them coming on the Friday after Thanksgiving. That is most likely and almost guaranteeingly not going to happen this year. So, enough talking, start working. I went ahead and drove 6 stakes into the ground. These are roughly about 6 feet from center. I'll say roughly, they're pretty much exactly 6 feet from center. And I did 6 around. And then now I'm going to take some rope that I have, tied to the bottom, and all the way to the top. Well, you see at the top of here, we have nothing to actually tie the rope to. So I was trying to figure out something. I actually brought the PVC pipe up to lay it across this way. I have the bungee around it and strap it down, but this will work just fine. I got the bungee up here. It gives me a little hook to somewhat hook the blind too. And I'll be able to use this. I just want to make sure that before, when I used to do it on the big tower up there, it didn't matter if I was losing an extra 2 feet. I would just wrap the lines around here. But here I want it to go all the way up to the top. So I'm going to have a tree topper up here, but I'm not sure exactly what that'll be yet. Don't know if I use a Santa hat or a star, but I'll easily be able to add that later. So that's going to be the last thing that goes up on top of the tree. Usually it's the first thing when you're working 70 feet in the air, but I'll have to probably put it on the last here. Since this is a small tree, it shouldn't be a big deal. So just got to do this 6 times and then start wrapping it with lights. Now to keep these ropes, I want them all the way down to the ground to keep them tight and so they don't ride up. I'm going to go ahead and put a screw through them near the very bottom as I tie the ropes off, so that'll help them. So when you put the weight on the wire, on the rope, with the Christmas lights, it'll want to adjust, stretch. So this will prevent that, at least the rope from sliding up. All right, well, for now, this is all I'm getting done. I've got the ropes up, the skeleton basically. I'll have to measure the distance, and I'll show you when I do it. Measure the distance from the top to down here, and then divide that equally, because I'm going to have 10 channels on this, including the star, or the top, whatever that is. So got that programming to do. Most likely, I would like to get the lights up on this afternoon, but I'm about to be gone until probably about 6 o'clock. So after dark, I still got to wrap some trees. I got a lot to do. But compared to other years, when I don't actually have to put a million lights on a 60-foot tree, taking that project out of the shuffle, I don't have as much as I would have. And then the candy cane North Pole that I'm putting on the tower this year shouldn't take nowhere near as much time or as much lights. So that should actually go by very quickly as well. So that's what my theory is anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and pack up some tools, and then we got to go to baseball, and then we'll come back.
Not right now. Maybe later, okay?
Oh, I didn't realize that was there.
You ready to light up the show? Light up the show? Light up the show? Light up the show? November what? 23rd? November 23rd. November 23rd. This is a new record for you.
No, it just means we got just over a month of lights on.
You keep them on until January 1st at least.
I think we should leave them on year-round. You know how much joy it brings to everybody? Just leave them on.
Todd keeps his indoor ones up all year round, and his parts of his outdoor ones.
Half the year.
Hey, he just took the last ones down like 2 months ago.
Not until the county says you have to take the lights off the house.
The county will never say that you have to take the lights off the house.
Thanks, Seth. Put
Thanks,
the pressure
Seth.
on me. I'm not a good public speaker.
I'm not a good public speaker.
Kai.
Car! Car! Sit in, please. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming out. You know we do this every year because my wife makes me do it, but that's what I'll say. I enjoy doing it. I like to see the joy in everybody's face when the lights go on. And seeing how I got the best light show in Port St. Lucie, why not? All right, well, main thing everybody knows, holiday season's about staying with your family, your friends, and being safe. Enjoy it. So everybody, have a great holiday season. It's going to take me a minute because I got to go manually turn it on now.
It's a good ending to this sitch.
How did we not see that?
All right, all done. All done. Now the lights.
Joey, are you still scared of fireworks?
It's a little too loud for her.
Oh, we need to
I
get
don't think
your
she's
earmuffs.
scared. It's just loud.
Where's my phone, Jovi?
Come on.
My thing's on. He turned his thing off.
Where's the
I
fireworks?
can't guess the music.
Where'd the
I
fireworks go?
This is not a song.
He lost a shoe there, Liam.
Yeah,
But look, he's almost as fast as Kai.
yeah. Where'd the
Little
fireworks
legs.
go?
It's not saying much. But
That
still.
fire is really realistic. Over here. It's really cool.
I know, right? You want to go touch it?
Let's do this.
Go ahead.
Jesus came down to take the punishment for me. He did it for you too, so now maybe you can see.
All the lights go.
Good job, Tom.
You know, it's funny because we were talking about the fact that I have an elf on my display.
Where's your elf?
Oh, he's over here now.
Huh. I was about to unplug your tree and see what you said. I was like, no, I'm not gonna pull him. It's like, your tree's out.
Enough stuff, right?
Well, I'm up here trying to do this with one hand and film. I'm up here on top of the 15-foot tree, the tower, and if you've seen some of my last year's videos, it's pretty much the same concept on what we do to space out and to wire up. Basically what I'm doing now, see if I can get this on film. I've got this purple rope that I'm basically just finding the distance from the ground to where the top up here. And I'm just going to tie a knot in this rope right here, and then I'm going to measure the distance, and then I'm going to do the math and figure out what the spacing is going to be like on this tree. Now, since this is a smaller tree, and I've got some C9s that I'm not going to use, I'm going to actually use C9s to wrap this in 10 channels, and it'll be basically 10 channels and a star, so there's going to be a total of 11 channels on this. If I remember correctly, I got to go double check on that. But let's go ahead and tie this knot and climb down and do our math. Alright, so I measured from the top to the bottom, and it was 185 inches, and there is 9 channels actually that I'm going to put on, and then the treetop, or the star in this case, will be the 10th channel. So what I'm doing is I'm taking 185 and I'm dividing it by 10. Even though there's 9 channels, I don't want a channel laying right on the ground, and I don't want a channel being right at the very top. So I divided it by 10 to basically prevent that from happening, and I got 18.5 inches. So every 18.5 inches I'm going to have another ring. Now I could, let's say, cut that down in half and say every what would that be, 9.25 inches, I can do a ring of lights to make it a little bit thicker, but I'm going to try it with the 18.5 inches just to see, because I'm using the bigger bulbs and I don't want it to add too much weight to the rope that I've got here, and I don't want it to fill it out too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my trusty rope, I'm going to measure 18.5 inches from the tip down, and I'm going to tie a knot in it. I'm going to use this rope as my measuring rope, so I don't have to carry my tape measure with me. This is easier just to have with me, and basically when I come down the next layer, I'll just measure off where the knot is. That's where I'll put the next string. So this shouldn't take me long. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple. So hopefully it'll have a good effect, and it'll take me a lot less time. And this should be done here. I'm going to guesstimate. Let's see what time it is now. It's 5:30. I would say by 6 I'll be done. Let's see. Well, the tree's lit. So much for the half hour to put it up. I would probably say it took me to string the lights probably about an hour and a half, and then to put all the bulbs in was a little time consuming too, because I like to take all the bulbs out when I store them and put them in, so I had to sort them out, and I was short one bulb. And that bulb I did find, it's right there, the one that's blinking. I had a box of blinking bulbs, and there's one. So I'm going to have to order some new, or go to the store and get some C9 replacement bulbs. But for now, that is lit up. Let's go to the road and see what it looks like from a distance. Now, right now, it's all just hooked up, plugged in. It's going to be on right around the 8 channel. And I'm going to put a star at the top. So right now It's the Lightorama. There's 9 channels. Each ring is 1 channel. And then the star is going to be its own separate channel. Now the green at the bottom is part of the 9th channel at the very bottom. And I'm going to get some presents to go around it. And I might even cut off those stakes so you don't see them as much. So that is up, and that one blinking bulb is driving me insane. But that's going to be it for the night. I'm going to clean up that mess, the bulbs that are on the ground, and that's going to be it. While cleaning up, I found one more clear bulb. I'm going to climb up. Hopefully this bulb works, and that will mean that I had exactly enough bulbs to do what I needed to do. Let's go ahead and change out that blinking bulb, because that's just going to drive me crazy. Cross our fingers. Drum roll, please. Yay, it works. I have an idea for these blinking bulbs that I have anyway. So we'll put those inside. Well, got a lot of work done. Oh, well, not a lot of work. Got some work done outside, but got a lot of work done inside. You can't forget about the inside. Hot cocoa bar, trees up, some lights. So it's coming together all around.